Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Myth Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers is a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure to subscribe so you have a chance to win. If you can't hear, I am sick, still sick. I've got, I don't know, around 10 orders going out today, 8 orders going out today. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling very good. And then I took some medicine, drank some coffee, and all of a sudden, I was like, man, I am getting more work done today than I get done on a normal day when I'm not sick. And I was like, what's with me? And I was like, oh yeah, you took Robitussin, aka meth. I don't think I should be replacing my coffee with it, but it definitely worked yesterday. But I think that's part of my downfall today is that I overdid it yesterday. I did have one order that needed to be sent out yesterday, so I packed it up, and it is Jumping Jacks Air Kicks. I don't know why I'm showing you the box, but it's in this box. You'll see the picture on the screen, of course. I got them in Mikhail mystery box, so I paid less than $1. But my town was abuzz. My friend Leslie, friend of the channel as well. Leslie, if you're watching, hello. Noah, hello. I saw on her Instagram she was taking a ferry from her town to Mackinac Island where she works, and she could see the smoke from Sheboygan and said, hey, Sheboygan, what's going on? What's on fire? So I walked out my front door, and I'll put the picture. This is what I saw. And so I was like, all right, I got a camera. I got a YouTube channel. Maybe this is going to be interesting or crazy or whatever. So I grabbed my camera and went on a wild adventure, and I'll put snippets of that in throughout the video. Well, I had no plans of filming today because I'm sicker than can be, but this is just crazy. So buckle up. That is smoke from a fire, a big one. And you see over here, it gets even worse. We have a tissue plant in our town, and it is currently fully engulfed in flames and pumping that into the air. I don't know, I might just pop in the car and see if I can get a little closer, but that's crazy. As if the air quality wasn't bad enough, now it's just gonna be so bad. And I think the part of the tissue paper factory that's on fire is being rented out to like a biofuel company. So let's see if we can see what's going on. So I'm gonna try to muscle through to the best of my ability, but I figure I'll probably pull a couple orders, take a break, pull a couple orders, take a break, that kind of thing. Because just when I get the ball rolling and everything seems to be going in a good direction, and I'm getting stuff cleaned up and the storage unit's going good, then I get sick. Great. Also, because of the fire and the extreme amount of pollutants in the building that was on fire, they closed the entire downtown, they canceled school, they gave shelter in place, not orders, but suggestions. No one was hurt in the fire because it was just basically a storage building, but what was stored in there was plastics and I think chemicals and just real bad stuff. I'm not going outside today. I'm very lucky that the wind was blowing the other direction, because I did end up going out to storage yesterday. All the way to my storage, it was like a fog, you know, smoke, but it was in the air. You could see it. And in my house, it was completely clear because the wind was blowing that direction. But either way, I got to stop talking, so let's get this done. B1A is a Tupperware replacement lid. And I move this screen upstairs. So, of course, that also puts a delay on my lives because I can't do my first live where I can't talk. That's not going to be enjoyable for anyone. And I think it's this little guy way down here, which I have 2 of them, so we'll see. Tupperware. We got a number on this thing. 471. I say that knowing completely well that there is a number on it. It is this one right here. And for that, $8.09 on sale, free shipping. This was an item where selling the container and the lid was not worth it because it only was like, I don't know, still $9.99 free shipping or maybe $10.99 free shipping. But the lid by itself, because the reduction in packing materials, time, effort, storage space, slight reduction in shipping costs, all that, that is worth selling for me. For you, don't do it. I also have 2 TCG player orders going out for about $2 in profit. I have another one to go out. It doesn't have to go out today, but it's a big order, like 25 cards, and I just didn't feel like doing it. Next up, C2 is a TI-86 graphing calculator and manual. This I listed before I decided to stop listing the manuals with the graphing calculators, because it's just, the manual increases the shipping cost more than it's worth to sell as a set, because together I still got $17.99 plus shipping, whereas if I would have sold the calculator, I'd probably get $17.99 or $19.99 free shipping, and then the TI-86 guidebook, I'd probably get $9.99 free shipping media mail. So separate would be better in my opinion. And the paper factory is, yeah, my throat's killing me, so if it wasn't for this, there was no chance I was doing anything like this today. But it's just real crazy. But it's real close to a gas station, like right next door to one. So, and I had heard my neighbors shouting this morning, and one of my neighbors, I think she's hard of hearing, she's just very loud. Holy cow. I don't know if I'm getting a good shot there, but yeah. Take a circle around. Actually, there's one of my neighbors right there. But I just thought she was just having a normal phone conversation on her porch, because she's just very loud in general. But no, it was all the neighbors outside watching this craziness go down. And I live in a very small town where when something like this happens, like, I'm not the only one out here doing this kind of thing. Looky-loos, rubber neckers, that kind of thing, whatever you call them in your area. Get a nice shot of my downtown and the crazy smoke billowing out of this thing down here. Wow, that's just nuts. That's a big fire. I probably won't be able to get very close. If I can't get close enough to get right up to the, so you can actually see the fire, I'll stop somewhere and jump back on the bridge, because that's just a cool shot down the river of the billowing smoke. Next up, it's Fat Albert. Hey, it's Fat Albert. It's actually not Fat Albert. It's, what's his name? It's Dumb Donald. People were just so mean back in the day. Dumb Donald. I mean, that's his nickname. It is B3F, and it's a vintage Fat Albert toy of Dumb Donald. I say back in the day, as in not even this far back. When I was a kid, I mean, I've got friends where their nicknames, it just seems so mean. I had a friend, I won't even say his nickname, because YouTube might not like it, but I didn't know his real name. And I probably knew him for a decade before I knew his actual name. And his nickname was not nice, but that's what everybody called him. $22.49 free shipping. I got that in the big Barbie and book buy. That is, I'm telling you, it's, when it's all said and done, I'll probably go back and go through the listings and see how much money. Hello, Blackbeard. You got to shut the door. You want to say hello to everybody? You gonna be shy today? Yeah, I didn't think so. He's never shy. I'll probably go back through and pick through the listings and see exactly how much listed value. That's the only number I'll ever really be able to give you, because I'm not going to go back and track. Commonwealth Picker does that a lot, where he'll, from one sale, and he has all these handwritten, and he'll track like all the sales from that sale, and he's got to have like a binder full of these sales. That time should be spent doing something else, in my opinion. But it's going to be real good. I'm very happy with what happened. I probably, because they never messaged me, I gave them my number and I said, hey, when you're all done, if you want like somebody to do like a buyout and just come in and clear everything out, which in reality wasn't going to be feasible, because it was just such a big building. There was a lot of big stuff like lamps and pots and pans. But I might reach out to them and say, hey, can I come out with a bunch of cash and pick for 4 hours or something? And just kind of see it, just feel out their vibe on that. Because at the time they did say it all had to go. So I don't know if they were moving or whatever. All right, sorry if it's windy sounding. I had to roll the windows down. It's kind of cooking in here. But there's no way I'm going to get close enough to actually see the fire. I can see already they got the road blocked off and everything, but that's just nuts. I don't want to get stuck down here either, so I probably should have turned off on that last road, but this is what you would call a big deal. The paper mill actually, it catches on fire often, unfortunately. More often than it should, but it employs a big chunk of people, so hopefully no one's hurt. But from what I heard, it's not the actual paper mill that's on fire, it's the building they own across the street, which is storage, I think, at this point. But like I said, I've seen a sign on there for a few months for a biofuel company, but I don't think there was anything going on there. I think they just had plans to or something. I'm not really sure. They don't. There's I'll link a video or an article. There's a whole bunch of goings on with this, some real shady stuff with this factory, as far as ownership and embezzlements, and you know, one company buys it, and then the guy they put in charge, they had like bonded out of prison to put in charge. Like some really shady stuff has been going on. So like I said, I'll circle back to the bridge so that I can just get kind of a cool shot down the river of it, which I use the word cool very loosely. Next up is Pat 57, and this one will be very easy to find because it is 31 through 57. So it should be this one. And you'll see how they look very neat through here, and then they get kind of what looks like sloppy back here. It was just at that point I realized that this was a more efficient way to wrap them. So I did that, because efficiency, time, those matter very much when you're selling things for $9.39 free shipping. And this is McCall's 6367. Next up, C5B9 is a Kemper original. C5B9. And I had been trying to figure out how I was going to reorganize these wigs so I could reduce, I think it's this one, but the number is wrapped up in there, but it has bows, so it's got to be this one. So I could reduce how many containers I have wigs in. I am a genius. I'm just going to, let me grab one where you can see the number so it actually makes sense. Calm down, Black. Like this one where it says number 7, I will just add onto this probably a second sticker, C5B7. So it'll just be one SKU number, and then they'll all be in one location like this, so I can eliminate this box. I think it's the only one I'm going to eliminate for right now, but just to clear up a little more space, now that I am able to list at a better rate. And it is a Kemper Originals Allison 1011, $11.99 free shipping. So this is our little downtown park. Cool little gazebo here across from our Dairy Queen. And they'll have music there in the summer times. I've actually played there a few times. But I'm just trying to get to, there's a walking bridge that goes across the river. I think I'll be able to get a decent shot down the river of it. Now, stuff like this always shocks me. B3D is a lot of 8 Matchbox cars. Blackbeard, if you're going to be out here, you need to do some work. Get to work. B3D. I'm guessing it's this one because it's the only one that's big. It probably said, and I just didn't read it. Car 7. No, it just says B3D. It is not this one. All right, B3D. It is. Back here. Haha. B3D. It's in car 16, but that wasn't in the listing. For that, I got $20.69 on sale plus shipping. But the part that shocks me is that they paid nothing to me. I think it's no, they did pay. That is plus shipping, but it's going to Germany. Yeah, no, it's free shipping for me. They're paying eBay. That's confusing because it says plus shipping, buyer pays, but buyer's only paying the international shipping. They're not paying any shipping to me. So that's confusing. They shouldn't put it like that. But either way, it's going to Germany, and they paid the same amount of money for the shipping as they paid for the item. So this is $20.69 free shipping, but they paid eBay around $20. I don't remember the exact number, but it was their total order was over $40. That just blows my mind. Is it really a thing that in Germany you can't find loose Matchbox cars? I don't know. I don't know. Is Matchbox very US specific? Is there a time period where they weren't exporting? Because I guarantee that they got to sell. I can't guarantee. I assume that they sell things like Lego and Matchbox cars and Pokemon cards in retail stores in other countries, but I don't know. But going to Germany, very cool. Guten Tag. I think that's German. All the German I know, I learned from Brad Pitt in Inglourious Bastards. So it's very limited and it's not good. Oh, look at me. I actually made it to the end. I think it's my second dose of medicine this morning. Probably blending with empty stomach, Robitussin, coffee. I'm cured. All right, so here, I mean, it's not what I came here to film, but this is why I live in this terrible tiny town. And I don't use the word not terrible, but not really conducive to what I do for a living. But it's because we have amazing things like this. River runs through literally the middle of the town. It's pretty cool. I'm a little out of breath because, like I said, I'm sick and I just ran up steps. Didn't give me much better of an angle here, but that's wild. The whole town is a buzz. It's pretty nuts. But that's about all my day I can dedicate to it. If we get any updates on the story or anything, I'll put those in. This isn't really what my content's about, but it's interesting. Happened in my town. I could just, like I said, I heard my neighbors outside hooting and hollering and talking from porch to porch about what was happening. And so when I went out there to just kind of see, I looked to my left and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's a lot of smoke. Here we go. D1A1 is a 1974 growing up skipper. D1A, there we go. D1A1 growing up skipper doll. And for that, on sale, no promoted, so that's a bonus for me. Ha ha ha, I snuck one in there, eBay. Gotcha. $53.99 free shipping. I mean, right here, these two paid for that whole buy. It's so good. It's so good. The difference between me as a reseller, or I guess probably in general, your small town, poorer community type resellers, is that buys like that are not uncommon to some other people. I see some Instagrams, and I know you just people usually put the hits on Instagram, but still, some people, I'm like, man, if I lived anywhere else, I would be crushing it. But it's limited. So buys like that, I'm so happy when they come in. I jump on the opportunity when it happens. There's large gaps in between where that happens. And that's why I still sell things like this and like this. Because I got to bide my time until this happens, where I can actually make real paying my bills, keeping it afloat money. Oh, speaking of that, I had to go to the bathroom. And I was right out in front of Goodwill. And this is going to be a little weird, I like to use the bathroom at my local Goodwill. I know, weird. Because the spot where the Goodwill is, when I was a kid, was like a family diner. I think it was called the Family Diner. I don't remember, but from when I was very, very small. Actually, it was still a restaurant for a while because a lot of my friends, their first job was a dishwasher there. So until my teens, it still existed. But the Goodwill, of course, was revamped into a Goodwill. You know, drop ceilings and white drywalled walls and all that kind of stuff. But the bathroom is still the original brown tile bathroom. So you walk into the clean, white, fresh Goodwill, veer into the bathroom, you get to take a trip back into time into the Family Diner bathroom. I don't know. I get a kick out of it every time because it's kind of a shock. You go from, 2023, you walk through the bathroom and you're in 1985. Hey, it's Fat Albert. Just got another sale coming in, but it's awaiting payment. So when a sale is not paid for, it is not a sale. It is just layaway. Not going on this video unless I hear a second cha-ching. But either way, I needed to use the restroom. Blackbeard, zip it, or I will kick you out. I needed to use the restroom, so I said, okay, I'm here. Let me give it a shot. Let me explore the Goodwill. I saw 3 pairs of Reeboks, a couple pairs of Nikes, pair of boots that I was interested in, that I wanted to buy. $15 each. And these are your $30 to $50 shoes. And most of them would have needed cleaning. And they want $15 for dirty shoes. And then I, went through the rest of the store. And what I ended up doing was wasting 45 minutes of my life. There was a Corningware dish that I've sold before. That's a terrible pattern. It's a bad seller. You don't get a lot of money. And they wanted $10 for it. It's a joke. It's just a joke. And my Goodwill is a feeder store. So when the good stuff comes in, it gets shipped to other Goodwills or to their online. Most of the stuff doesn't make it to the floor. I will go back there one more time, and not to buy anything. I'll go back there to do exactly what I did with my camera and walk through and show things that I would buy if the prices weren't insane. Because I have promised that I'm going to do some in the wild sourcing videos at, thrift shops. And actually, the building that burnt down, right next door to it is the Salvation Army. I don't know if there's going to be any type of residual smoke issues. Like if the smoke, directly across the street is the Salvation Army from this giant fire. So if the smoke was a problem, I don't know, they might have to just dump the store. If all the clothes are covered in smoke smell, I mean, that just sounds like asking for problems. To be determined. But here we go. Fat Albert coming in. And I'm going to send it out so I don't have to pull any orders tomorrow. And I can just relax for another 3 hours till the kids get here. Because like I said, school was canceled. But B3F, it is Fat Albert. Just had a huge coughing fit right here. And this one is normally worth a little more than I got. But at some point, some bored child stuck what I assume was like a hot paperclip or something into his fat chunk. But even with the damage right there, $11.99 free shipping. I sent out an offer on that this morning and someone accepted. Oh, and just a cleanup note as far as you out there, because I've had it happen a couple times. Please do not reach out to me through eBay on anything outside of eBay. Outside of the sales, outside of specific things to the listing that you happen to message me on or anything like that, that is very, very frowned upon from eBay, and I can't respond to those. So if you ever do need to message me or reach out to me, there's a Tip of the Mitt Flips Facebook group and my Instagram. Instagram is the better one, but either way, the links are in the description for those if you do want or desire to contact me. And if it needs to be more correspondence beyond that, you could just ask for my email and I'll gladly give that to you. I don't want to have a separate business email and personal email because I'll never remember to check the other one. I think I did make one and I forgot the password at some point, but I don't want to just put my regular email public on YouTube because I'll get spammed. But just a reminder to you out there, I can't respond to those. So I feel bad if you message me. I can't even tell you, hey, message me over here. eBay will flag me. eBay can come after me. eBay can shut down my account for it. So I cannot take that risk, but I need to stop talking. That's for sure. So that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, little geek. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let go. I'm good at this.